1. The awkward moment in front of the pancake stand at the middle school gate at 6 in the morning. Xiaolin, a junior high school student in the 3rd year, saw his parents' egg pancake stand from afar and subconsciously lowered his baseball cap. Xiaoya, a classmate, came running over with a smile and said, "Xiaoyan, the pancakes your parents made are super delicious." He suddenly sped up and rushed into the school gate, with the keychain on his school bag strap jingling. The boy who always ate cold bread during breaks never admitted that he was the child of the bakery seller, until the special class meeting planned by the head teacher. Mr. Chen. ###2. Misinterpreted sensitivity. The self-esteem dilemma in adolescence. Case restoration. Xiaolin's parents get up at 3 in the morning every day to knead dough, and their fingers are always cracked from the flour. But Zhao Lin would rather say, "My parents work in a logistics company," than admit that they set up stalls on the street. This contradiction is not an isolated case. A certain survey shows that among teenagers aged 13 to 16, 28% have felt inferior due to their parents' occupations, especially when the parents of their classmates are mostly in decent occupations such as teachers and doctors. Psychological analysis, the social comparison theory. In developmental psychology points out that adolescents are in the stage of self-identity formation and tend to associate their parents' occupations with their own values. Xiaolan's sensitivity is not due to vanity, but because he has not yet established the cognitive framework that there is no hierarchy among occupations. Just like a bird whose wings are not yet fully developed, afraid of being excluded because of differences. 3. Pancake philosophy in class meeting. From experience to understanding. Planning and execution under the name of Career Experience Day. Teacher Chen invited Xiaolan's parents to the school to demonstrate their pancake-making skills. She prepared flour, eggs, and alls in advance, but deliberately forgot to bring scallions. Oh, what if the key ingredient is missing? Xiaolan's father naturally took out fresh scallions from the cloth bag he carried with him and said, "I knew students would forget. How could we vendors lack this?" At that moment, Xiaolan saw the neatly arranged seasoning packets in his father's apron pocket and suddenly recalled the aroma of scallions that filled the house every early morning. Immersive experience. When the students took turns to try making pancakes, they found that, if the batter is poured too quickly, it will flow into an irregular shape when eggs are broken. They tend to mix into the eggshells if you turn it over a little slowly. You'll get burnt. Xiaolan's mother smiled and demonstrated, "Keep your wrist steady. Draw circles like this, ... Her calloused hands moved flexibly. On alls the golden crust bubbled up, and the aroma instantly filled the classroom. 4. Life lessons in pancakes. Dignity never comes from professional labels. Value reconstruction moment. Teacher Chen took out an old photo album and said, "These are the egg pancakes I bought every day when I was in college. The vendor couple always added an extra egg for me." Later, they sent their daughter through medical university. Now the daughter has become a pediatrician. She turned to Xiaolan's parents and said, "You provide hundreds of students with hot breakfasts every day. Isn't this also nurturing the future?" Xiaolin suddenly remembered that on the rainy day last week his mother insisted on setting up her stall just to give the classmates who didn't bring umbrellas a place to take shelter from the rain. It turned out that the warmth in front of the stall had been passed on unconsciously long ago. Key points of cognitive upgrading. 1. No high or low occupation through on-site making. Children can see the technical content in ordinary occupations. 2. The value of labor. Calculate the time cost of parents working in the early hours of the morning every day. Compare it with the ease of classmates buying pancakes casually and establish a sense of awe for labor. Emotional connection. Share heartwarming stories of customers, such as a certain parent buying pancakes every day for 3 consecutive years just to thank the vendor for taking care of their child who came home late, allowing children to see the social significance of their parents' work. 5. Parental coping strategies. 3 steps to resolve professional inferiority. 1. Empathy comes first. Don't rush to preach when a child complains. Selling pancakes is embarrassing. Avoid retorting, "How can you be so vain?" Instead, say, "Mom knows you're worried about being talked about by your classmates. just as Mom was afraid of being seen by acquaintances when she set up a stall for the first time. This kind of empathy makes children feel understood rather than criticized. 2. Create proud moments. Let children participate in the making process, such as designing new flavors of pastry wrappers, giving small gifts to regular customers, and even using the income from setting up a stall to buy school supplies for children, saying, "This is the money you earned from the scallion pancake you thought of for Mom," and labor directly with children's sense of achievement. 3. Reconstruct family narratives. Regularly hold family career sharing sessions. Dad talks about interesting customers he met at the stall. Mom shares her innovative experiences in making fillings, and children share funny stories from school. This kind of equal communication can make children realize that their parents' careers, like their own school life, are both important parts of the family story. Social perspective. Breaking the intergenerational transmission of occupational bias. Data alert. A survey conducted by a certain educational institution shows that in families where parents' satisfaction with their own careers is lower than 6 points, the probability of children developing career inferiority complex is 3.2 times that of ordinary families. Daz Jelin's mother once said to teacher Chen, "We always tell our children, study hard and don't be like your parents, but we never think that this will make them look down upon our jobs." Educational enlightenment. Taiwanese writer Lung Yingtai wrote in Seeing Off, "The feet of farmers treading on the soil and those of professors treading on the red carpet are actually of equal value." Parents first need to establish a sense of identity with their own profession before they can teach their children to respect labor. It's just as Shaolin later wrote in his composition. "In the smell of cooking oil in front of the stall, there is the courage of my parents to strive for life. This is more worthy of pride than any brand name. Every morning when the egg pancake is spread out, it is like a mirror, reflecting the figures of parents bending over for life, and also reflecting the cognitive fog that children must go through in their growth. When we teach children to touch the texture of flour with their hands, smell the aroma of scallions with their noses, and see the satisfied smiles of customers with their eyes, they will eventually understand that dignity does not lie in the label of a profession, but in whether they have warmed others and supported their families with honest labor. Just as teacher Chen said at the end of the class meeting, the work that can light up hundreds of mornings because of a hot pancake is worthy of tribute in itself. Interactive topics. Have you ever been confused about your parents' occupations? How to understand the value of labor later on? Welcome to Share Your Story and let more parents and children grow in resonance.